Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just finished rewatching Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And this one is so good.
Yeah, this one, overall, it's a lot better than the first one,
I think
in my
it's
opinion.
a lot better, yeah. I know a lot of people, like, love The Phantom Menace, but we really like Attack of the Clones. Third one's going to be our favorite one, but we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, this is my second favorite, and then the first one is my last favorite, the first prequel.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, apart from, obviously, the original trilogy.
Yeah,
I like those better than all the prequels, but just talking about the prequels, this one's my second favorite.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the love story between Anakin and Padme in this one just...
and then in this one you really see Anakin just going down that dark path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think in general, this one is a lot less politically based. It's like, I feel like the first one's very politically driven, and then this one takes a step away from that, and you really focuses in a lot more on character, and that's really what's essential, you know? Like, obviously the plot's good and stuff, but the characters is what we really focus in on, what we want to freak out about, honestly, because this is like Anakin. This is Darth Vader's backstory, and I think it's really well done. And immediately in the beginning of the movie with Obi-Wan and Anakin, you get to see that there's a little bit of a little wedge between them in some ways. Anakin feels inferior to the Jedi in general.
Oh yeah, right away in the beginning of the movie we noticed that Anakin was kind of like, oh well, I'm already like better than Obi-Wan anyway. So he already has that mindset, and then as the movie progresses, Anakin feels that anger towards Obi-Wan, and he kind of has this mindset of like, oh well, Obi-Wan's just jealous of me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that sticks with him.
He wants to be the best Jedi ever, and that's what Chancellor Palpatine tells him that he's eventually going to be, and he manipulates him the whole time.
He starts to manipulate him in this one, but it's very subtle. Like obviously gets more into it as the story things keep going.
In this one, in the beginning of it, when they sit down with Padme and they're all like, okay, we have to protect Padme, and from the killer and everything that's going on, Anakin sits there, he's just like so in love with Padme, like immediately. He's like, I thought about her every day.
It's funny though, because Padme resists him like half the movie.
Yeah.
Like she tried.
She tried to, and it didn't work, obviously. But yeah, she does a little bit. She's like, oh my gosh, like you've grown up, and then she tells him like we can't do it, and it's like this back and forth stuff.
Then you get them in the meadow, which is, I know a lot of people don't like that scene.
My dad hates that scene with like a passion. Every time my dad sees it, he's like, that's not Star Wars. I'm rolling around in the meadow.
But it's so,
I love it. It's so cute.
It's just so playful and so like, I don't know.
It's nice
so
to
light.
have that.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that little innocence in like a war. I really like that scene in the beginning when you have Obi-Wan and Anakin are guarding Padme, and then in Padme's room these like slug-like creatures start to get in her bed, and then Anakin like jumps in and he slices them, and then him and Obi-Wan go in these flying cars.
Oh yes, I love that scene. You really see how reckless and how badass Anakin is.
He really is. He like jumps off the car and he's like, and Obi-Wan's just like taking deep breaths like, oh my god.
His lightsaber in the midst of all of it.
It's just great. Obi-Wan's like, what took you so long? And Anakin's like, you know, I couldn't decide what speeder I wanted. I know a lot of people, I think, had issues with the script, and I think that where the script kind of lacks a little bit is some of the lines that Padme and Anakin say to each other. Like, we really love their relationship, honestly, but I think that, I guess some people don't like how forward it is and how...
Well, it's a little extra at first.
And I think people think it's instantaneous, like it's very insta-love because they haven't seen each other in 10 years.
On his part, not really hers. I mean, it's a little corny maybe at times.
I really love it.
So it could have been improved a little bit, I guess, if you want to be picky. I just love their story.
Me really just enjoy the love story, and they have really good chemistry, the actors, and we love Hayden Christensen. I know some people don't like him, and we really love him, especially in the last one. But in this one, he's a great actor, and oh my god, there's these moments when you really see the darkness taking hold of Anakin, and it's just this slow progression. And ultimately, that's what, for Anakin, that's really what drove him to the dark side, is he just loved too much. And it corrupted him in that way.
That fear of losing Padme, especially.
Yeah, but in this one, you see it with his mom. Oh my god, when his mom...
Well, that was really a turning point for him when his mom died, because that really brought out that anger, and he acted on that anger, and he like slaughtered everybody, and he says like, oh, I slaughtered not even just the men, I slaughtered the women and the children too. And it's like, oh boy.
And he feels this hatred. He's like, I hate them. And then he even mentions Obi-Wan at some point, that he's
jealous of him.
It's just a lot of bad emotions are starting to evoke him. And then that's what Padme says. Padme says being angry is being human. And it is. It's not part of being human, but he's a Jedi.
One thing that we noticed was that when Anakin went to Tatooine and eventually he ends up finding his mother, we noticed that the lighting, especially it was Jacqueline noticed, of course, because she notices things like that. The lighting was red.
It's
so
dark
it was dark and red, and yeah, that just really symbolized Anakin's anger
and where he's going to the dark side, and that's his big turning point. And then Yoda sees it, and he's like Anakin Skywalker is in
a lot of pain,
and yeah, he feels that distress and anger boiling up in him. And yeah, that's the first time you hear that music.
Yeah, the Darth Vader music.
Oh my god, I love the music in this movie. I love Anakin and Padme's theme. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I love that song.
I love that theme. At one point when Anakin is standing, there's a shadow on his face of like dark, and then you see the light from the fire, and I just think that's really symbolic, because that's him in the middle of, in this prequel episode, he's in the midst of trudging that line between dark and light. I really love the shot though, before he goes to get his mom. There's a shot of, you see, it's obviously Tatooine, and you see like the little house that they live in, and then you see Anakin and Padme hugging, and then the music swells up in the background. Oh, I love that shot. It's very interesting when you go there though, and you get to see who's there and what that ends up being.
Because those characters come back, and it's like a lot of feelings. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, exactly. Like the scene when they're in that factory with C-3PO, and C-3PO gets his head like taken off and put onto the clone's body. Yeah, that was funny. That was really funny.
And during the whole war, he's like, I don't want to do this, I'm sorry. He's like shooting, it's not really him. He's like, it's just his head.
Exactly. In that factory scene, when Anakin, he like breaks his lightsaber, and he looks at, he's like, not again, Obi-Wan's gonna kill me. Yeah. I really enjoy that. Like, that's like a light moment there. And then yeah, the whole end scene,
that was my favorite. My favorite part of the movie is the ending.
Yeah, we love that whole war scene at the very end. It's just so cool. And then I love the I love you scene between Anakin and Padme before when they get captured and they go over there, and they're like in that like chariot, and it's very like Hunger Games. I said that to Marcella. Like, it reminded me of that scene in Catching Fire. I love that scene when she's like, I love you, and he's like, I thought we weren't gonna fall in love. Oh, it's so cute.
So tragic.
Oh, it kills me. And I like the line that Obi-Wan says. Like, Obi-Wan says to Anakin, he's like, concentrate. And then Anakin's like, what about Padme? And
Padme is already at the top.
He's like, she's on top of things.
Yeah.
That was very clever. And then Mace Windu comes, and the whole Jedi Council's there, and we're all
that was a really cool. That was an awesome fight scene. Yeah, I really liked how Padme was fighting though. Yeah, like, she wasn't just like cowering, and they weren't like like she was holding her own. She had the gun and she was shooting. Yeah, that was really awesome.
It was very
and cool. I love when Yoda comes and saves their asses.
Oh yeah, at the very end when they're battling Dooku, and they don't come. Oh my god, the clip when Anakin loses his hand. Oh, guys, if you go back and you watch that scene, the editing in that, you just see like
the effects is just like,
you just see like, first you see the lightsaber, and then he just doesn't have it, and he like gets pushed back. It was just so bad.
he gets like pushed back really like quickly.
I don't know.
And the arm just like goes flying somewhere.
It just looks really funny.
My favorite part of this movie was Yoda fighting. I think Yoda is very inspiring because Yoda is very small, but he can fight very good.
Yeah.
And he like, I love watching him fight though because he's literally just like this, like he just like goes so quickly and he's so little, but he like hops around, he like flies around. And
he does.
Yeah, I like that. I love that fight with Yoda.
It is really cool. I always love seeing Yoda fighting, and you don't get that at all in the originals because Yoda is a puppet in the originals. I said to Marcella, I'm like, when is Yoda gonna get his own movie?
I want a Yoda backstory.
I want a backstory on
Yoda.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like nobody trained Yoda. I feel like Yoda was just born like all knowing.
Right? Like, what is his story? I want it. Really interesting to know that Dooku was Yoda's Padawan who turned to the dark side with Sidious, and, you know, that's eventually what ends up, like, paralleling, I guess, Anakin and Obi-Wan. Oh my god, so many emotions. I really love when Anakin and Padme get married and R2-D2 and C-3PO are there.
Oh yes, they're in the background.
Oh, I love the scenes in Naboo. I think it's such a beautiful setting that they pick, and yeah, I can't wait to watch the next one.
Oh gosh, yeah, the next one's gonna be fun.
I can't wait. It's so good, but it's so sad.
So tragic.
And I can't wait to see more of Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship in that one, because in this one you really get to feel some tension between them, especially in that scene when his mom but after his mom dies, and he says that he feels that Obi-Wan is holding him back, and that's really how he feels about the Jedi Council in total.
Yeah,
is
you said a
they
lot in the next
don't
one.
understand how powerful he is and how great he could be, and Palpatine does, and
oh gosh,
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, we're really excited to watch it.
Yes.
And if you enjoy this review, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we're gonna be doing a lot more Star Wars videos to come.
Yes, if you are unaware, this is Star Wars Saturdays, so every Saturday we're gonna be uploading a Star Wars movie review where we talk about it, and yeah, we're going in order up until The Last Jedi. So next week we'll be talking about Revenge of the Sith. I'm so excited to watch Revenge of the Sith next week and talk about that one with you guys. So let us know what you guys thought about Attack of the Clones down in the comments below, and how you're feeling about Anakin and Padme. You can also talk to us about Star Wars on Twitter and Snapchat. We're at City of the Feels.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye!